Hi everyone, my name is Jin, and today I would like to share a reflection on how these courses has changed the way I understand leadership and how I would apply the learning in a real workplace. The central shifting in my presentation is from the self-awareness to adaptive leadership. Over the presentation, I would share how my leadership mindset has evolved and how I would engaged and motivated diversity and how I would help in organization's purpose and what I still need to develop as a leader. Before these courses, I understood leadership mainly through the competence and the task deliveries. I saw the leader need to be highly capable, reliable, and under pressure, and able to keep working moving. In other words, is the leadership means proving competence. The courses push me to question that assumption. The effective leadership is not about using one fixed style. It requires contextual switch. A team may need to participations in one moment, but clear directions in another. I used to see trust as something that comes after performance. Now I see trust as the conviction and the enables performance. People contribute more fully when they feel respect, informed, and safe enough to speak honestly. Most important is the courses push me to ask a deeper question, not only what am I good at, but also like who am I when I need. The question lead me back to my own backgrounds when I'm doing the architecture studies. The assumptions I had carries without fully noticing. When I reflect on my background, I realized that my early leadership assumption was strongly shaped by architecture. Architecture shaped the narrow view of the collaborations. I used to believe that the strongest person should be the leader. I expect the good collaborators to already be proactive, self-driven, and quality-oriented. When I collaborate becomes inefficient. My instinct was often to reduce dependence and take control myself. The courses helps me see the limitations of the mindset. Leadership is not only about proving my own capability, it is about enable capability in others. This reflection helps me moving from the individual mastery mindset towards a more relational understanding of leadership. Using emotional inelegance as a lens, I can also see or describe my natural leadership style has been shows. My natural leadership style is more like the affinitive leadership. I tend to lead through empathy, communications, and a relationship build. I pay attention to how people feel, how communication is working, and also the democratic leadership is another one I may have. I prefer to listening, involve others, and build shared understood before moving forwards. A concrete example in my project coordination experience is like the in the exhibition preparations I used to do, I had to communicate across internal teams, external suppliers. The challenges was not only completing separate tasks, it was making sure timelines, the product informations, the design decisions, and stakeholder expectations moving in the same direction. My contribution was often to make complex works clearly. I follow up with the right people, narrate changes, and translate uncertain into the next step. But this style also has limitations because it value harmony. I can sometimes avoid tension or delay clear directions. I may absorb ambiguity myself instead of distributing ownership. So, when I think about to lead a diverse team effectively, my starting point would be dia- diagnosis, not assumption. Diverse is not only about backgrounds or skills, it also means people may be motivated by very different things. The four driving model helps me understand this. Some people are motivated by achievements or recognitions. Some need to be belonging or team identity. Some want challenges or new skills. The others may need fairness, the clarities, or the psychological security before they can contribute confidence. This connect to one of my previous experience is like I can see some members become less engaged over time, and my instinct was to fill gaps, remind people about tasks, and keep the work moving. The project was completed, but the collaboration was not as strong as it could be have. Looking back, I did not fully ask what was driving or blocking each person's contribution. As a team leader, I would now begin to with the one-on-one conversations and observations. I will ask what energizes each person's and what makes the hesitate and whether they need recognitions, connections, challenges, or clear expectations. So before I motivate people, I need to understand what motivations means to them. Um, the next step is the connection. Connection before directions means avoiding not means avoiding directions. It means building enough trust and understood so that the direction can actually be received. For me, active listening is not just being polite. It is a leadership tool. If someone is disengaged, I should not immediately accept that they are clearness. I should ask what is the making the task different and are expectations unclear or something. Transparent decisions is another things making decision making matters. People are more willing to commit when they understood why priorities matters, what trade-offs are involved, and how their work contributes to the team outcomes. Supporting growth is the final part. If a task can help people build skills or confidence, I want them to see that link. The connections the connects to my natural leadership style, empathy and communication are strengths, but connections cannot stop and the beginning supportive. It needs to need the clear ownership and a stronger performance. Um, Connections also need structure. This is where psychological safety and standards come together. Psychological safety does not mean everyone feels comfortable all the time. It does not mean avoiding feedbacks or lowering expectations. It means people can speak up with ideas, questions, concerns, or mistakes without fear of humiliations. In teams setting, problems often become serious because concerns stay hidden for long term. People may not see they are unclear, overload, or worry about qualities until it is too late. As a leader, I would like make roles, deadlines, and quality expectations clear for the beginning. The key idea for me is simple. Safety without standards become ambiguity, and standards without safety become fear. So a stronger team needs both. People should feel safe enough to speak honestly and clear enough to know what a good performance requires. The final part of sustainable engagement is mattering. Mattering means people feel seen, valued, and needed. It's different from belonging. This is important in a small, diverse team because this engagement often starts when people feel invisible. Some people may still attend meetings and complete tasks, but if their contribution is not noticed, their energy will gradually drop. So recognitions need to be specific, not generated generic. Instead of only saying good work, I would name what the person contributes and what is matter. For example, your analysis helps us identify a risk we missed. I would also like connect individual tasks to the wider teams and organizations outcomes. So my approach is not only technical, it is sequence, the understanding what diverse people build connections and create safety with our standards and make a contribution more visible. When an organization wants to align business goals with social and environmental needs, the real challenge is credibility. People do not judge purpose by the words on the slides. They judge it by the what leaders actually priorities, rewards, protect when the pressure appears. This is why the purpose washing cynicism is a major risk. If employees hear purpose languages without behavior proof, they will treat it as the branding rather than the beliefs. The performance purpose attention is another challenge. The short-term KPIs are usually visible and urgent. There is also like the transparent translation failures. A purpose statement may sound meaningful at execution level, but if employees cannot connect with the daily work, it will not guide the behavior. The change fatigue matters too. If people already see overload, purpose may sound like another initiative. The leader behavior gaps is the most damaging. People trust activities more than slogans. So my view is the purpose becomes real only when the people can see it is sharp, everyday decision. As a team leader, my role is to make the purpose practical. Purpose cannot stay as a synthesis people admire but do not use. It has to become something the team can apply when making decisions, solving problems, and setting priorities. The start with the translations. The team need to be see where the purpose connected is actual work. From there, the purpose become a decision filter. When the team is choosing priorities or making trades-off, the question is not only will this help us performance, it should be also does this reflect the responsibilities we claim to have? There will have still be tensions. Social environmental goals can feel slower when the deadlines are tight, and ownerships are also needs to be shaped. Purpose cannot dependent only on senior leaders. Team members need to see how this ownership supported. So the hardest part of embedding purpose is that the purpose and performance often feel like they are competing. A team still has deadlines, KPIs, and efficient targets. And the same times, the organizations may be asked the people to consider social impact, environmental responsible, and long-term trust. For me, the both and leadership means stay inside and attention long enough to make a better decisions. When the tension appears, I would guide the team through the three questions: what do we still need to deliver commercially? What responsibilities should not be ignored, and what options protect both as far as the possible? That keeps the team practical, but also venue needs. Coming back to myself, when I think about what need to be developed, the three key areas comes out and they come directly from the limited of my natural leadership style. The first area is the direction setting confidence. I need to become more comfortable giving directions before everything is fully certain. And the second is a sharp ownership. I train to absorb ambiguity, but when I took too much responsibilities myself, the work may getting done while the team does not fully grow. It need to be transfer real ownership, not just the divided tasks. The third is the paradoxical thinking. For me, this means holding cares and accountabilities together. I do not want lose emphasis, but emphasis needs to be matched with the standards, feedbacks, and the clear expectations. The development plan is about turning awareness into behavior. My mature peers can help me see what I cannot always see by myself. And the external feedbacks matters because Self-awareness should not only come from internal or reflection. It needs to be tested against how others experience my leader. I will use project tasks as the training grounds by setting roles clearly and checking progress regularly and making ownership visible. The evidence I will looking for practical, fear repeat, clarification, stronger task ownership, and better collaborations. This point is not just to feel more confident. The point is become clear, calmer, and more enabled in the way others experience my leadership. So to close, this courses has changed how I understood the leader and becoming. Self-awareness is now my starting point. I need to understand my value, blind spots, and the pressure patterns before I can lead others efficiently. I also see leadership as relational contextual. There is no single style that works everywhere. Effective leadership depends on reading people, understanding and the situation, and adapting intention. Most importantly is I can see the tension as part of the leadership, not something to avoid. Real leadership often means holding cares and capabilities together and keeping performance and purpose in view at the same time. The leader I'm developing into is someone who creates clarities in complex work, building trust through campuses and turn share purpose into the capable actions. This is the value I hope to bring to the future teams and organizations. This is all for my presentations. Thank you for your listening.